Clinical professional bullying. Clinical professional bullying is forced association laws, uh, patent laws. It's socialist government entities forcing regulations that force us to do commerce with third party capitalists despite our best interest, and clinical professional bullying. These every time you pay an insurance payment that is the government regulates us to maintain to be able to do transportation and construction and stuff uh, with the proper liabilities. We have to go to a third party to buy them liabilities, and every time you pay them third parties, some capitalist goes up on the ladder and you go down. It don't matter if you're rich and you pay that big old insurance payment every year. A whole bunch of people go up above you and you go down on the ladder. Each time you participate with a third party for securities for civil commerce, you're allowing the government to neglect their duties, which is to be sure that we adhere to a reasonable code of laws, such as don't steal people's stuff. If they provide a service, you pay them. If something's necessary. And another form of clinical professional bullying is the patent laws, because the patent laws and intellectual technology, they can allow people to buy up patents from 200 years ago that people who made innovations didn't patent the item. And then they put it up on a shelf, making us have to find a whole nother way to go around it. And if we find a good way, they buy it and put it up on the shelf until we find just a way that's not so stable, one that breaks down regularly and has to be maintained all the time instead of something that is cured that works real well. It's not right that we are not able to have proper medical procedures because they have a ransom where they put the good technology on the shelf, and unless your doctor pays a ransom or you pay a ransom, your doctor's not even allowed to study it, no matter how many student loans he's forced to take from the clinical professional bullies. And then, even if they excel with excellence, there's not anything that guarantees them admission to the school that they desire, because there's clinical professional bullies that have enough monetary money to bully their way in front of you in school. So that's on the news where they're paying all these colleges to take them, even if they're not even suitable to have a brain. They're not even able to think, but yet they can pay for a doctorate's degree, and then what they say becomes law, and then the clinical social workers and the clinical mental health professional bullies that have paid their way to go through school start harassing the residences for their salaries. They find seats in government to procure, and they don't have education or intelligence at all. We got lifelong teachers in this community that don't know shit, but they were allowed to go through college and procure a doctorate's degree because they kissed ass and fell in line and boosted up the people in front of them. So naturally, they're going to get a certificate of achievement for their participation. And then they become authorities in the school system. And then we live my whole life and then some with these entities in the clinical professional realm, such as superintendents, school administrators, county administrators, all these buddy system, not merit system, but buddy system, and ransom payers. We live under their thumb, and they're bullying us, and I want them fired. I don't want to pay property tax to go get their damn ransom for their salaries, and I'm not even getting proper medical treatment, and neither is anybody else in the community. We're not getting proper roads. We got more potholes. They farm out all the utility maintenance to private contractors that sell us the cheapest stuff they can get away with selling us. And if they got a cheaper way to do it, they have to give a bribe or something to one of the representatives to make the regulations that allows them to sell their shit. Like the insurance companies, you can pay them. Oh, you got great. Oh, you got hurt. Oh, you no. See, you did this. You didn't tie your shoes left over right. You tied them right over left. And we're out. You know, it's not a loophole. It's a condition of the contract. So no, you're not obligated to any compensation. I know you got $20,000 worth of medical bills from your car accident, and it took you 3 years to get back on your back. I mean, on your feet. But your cocaine-headed attorney, clinical professional, sold you out so he could get a deal on a bulk bunch of insurance claims. So you're just shit. And if you take it to the judge, well, that clinical professional judiciary bullshit people really love to be judiciaries, judges, and lawyers. Real bullshit people really like it. But again, they know their crap because they pay and kiss ass. That's all it is. It's not, they don't have to bring the argument on your behalf, even if they're working for your best interest according to the court. It's such a bunch of shit. Clinical professional bullying is rampant in the U.S. We need to just stop them. Stop them from digging in our pockets. Stop them from forcing us to go out and get ransoms to facilitate their salaries over our best interest. I facilitate their salaries fully. I still can't get dental care, my knees fixed, bulging disc stented, or anything. Just, well, you know, you didn't pay any, you don't have no tax records, so the compensation's nothing. You have to be a good slave turning in so much money before insurance companies even think that you're at a loss when you've messed up your neck and have to go through physical therapy and take drugs. There's no compensation there, Mr. Griggs. No, it's only $10,000. No. Oh, well, this is a typo. This makes no sense. Throw it out. I hired a lawyer. He screwed me. Clinical professional bullies will take your home to procure for a 4-lane highway to advantage somebody down the road in a college over your best interest. They'll mow over farm after farm after farm to destroy independent sovereign citizens' abilities to even be self-reliant. North Carolina used to be an agricultural community from top to the sea, from the sea to the top of the mountain. Federal parks, 4 lanes, bypasses, sewer plants, everything that destroys the ecosystems for the native born residents. And then they form a radical group of government employees and they vote themselves salaries and property taxes, driving the property owners and the mom and pop stores out of the community, not Walmart. Walmart did and does provide a service, but that's not what drew out the mom and pop stores. It's not even the internet. It is solely property tax bullying the mom and pops industries out of the community. A guy that did shoes over in a town over here, he died. Nobody gets shoes. Very few people resell shoes. But that dude could get by with doing a pair a week if he didn't have to worry about paying ransoms to the town and the county taxes. If he didn't have to worry about paying this ransom to these administrative crew that just love causing a caseload from the counselors in the schools talking to your kid instead of your kid being in school doing reading and writing. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? There is a ability for the teacher to send them out of the classroom, send them to a counselor once a week for 4 months before they call social services after they develop a proper narrative to try to abduct your child through blue collar human trafficking, the foster care system, mental health system, and the mental health system's terrorizing shit out of me right now because there's a whole college up here that figured out that they can't all be administrators, and and now they're all going to be mental health workers, bullying their way into people's life. Oh God, you did recreational what? Oh, you're having too much fun. It's not sustainable. Your endorphins go out. Oh, you're in terrible shape. Let us put you on piss test and delegate our corporate medications to facilitate your recovery into the sober world where you don't get to have no fun, don't get to lay on the beach and enjoy your life. You have to be on probation in prison because we have pushed drugs with giving sanctuary status and plea bargains to dope dealers by the judiciary. We've taken everything you got because it's not about what you do recreational. It's about you're not allowed to have more fun than we are. We got doctors that are clinical professionals that sustain the judiciary and the lawyers in fucking prescription drugs. Oh, I need Xanax today. Oh no, maybe I need a anyhow, I don't know them all. I don't know all them drugs. I don't like them. But you can see it on these people. I can see it. I might be extra sensitive, but I can spot certain elements of recreational or medical from Xanax. Xanax gets you a little pink line around your eye. Other stuff gets a gleam in your eye. Some things put certain gleams in your eye. The other stuff puts certain wrinkles under your eyes. You know, the good clean stuff don't hurt you, but the clinical professionals, they will tax you and they make sure that there's regulations that inflate the cost of everything. And then if your kids don't know about it, they'll force a narrative into school about drugs. And then if that narrative gets watered down with just academic, exercises like they're supposed to be doing, reading, math, and addition, the clinical professional bullies will come in and disturb that and be sure that they know about it. And if they can't, they have drugs pumped in because they give sanctuary status and they give plea bargains to the worst in our communities. And I'm 40 years old and it's been going on way before my life, but I've personally been able to testify to the corruption of the clinical professional bullies. That's government employees. That's all these people in these colleges, every one of them. Anybody who participates with a stupid student loan system, because that's where they've been undereducated to participate with it, are all just participating with the bullying system so they can feed on the farmers. Well, look, I don't give a shit what you administrators want. You need to grow your own food and let the people who have cleared out a piece of land and made innovations keep what they provide, what they produce. We're not here to provide you with sustenance. We're here to clear out a piece of land and work on it. Land is nothing, but once you put time into it, it becomes producing. I shouldn't have to go give that to a third party. Well, what's about the military? They save your life all day. They go out and police the whole world so we can live in freedom. No, no. They go over and bully people to align with their oil trade. And I'm sorry, but World War II, that's when the call was heard. Vietnam, that's when you started overstepping what you're doing and enabling clinical professional bullies. But that's all right. They had you because they undereducated you and then filled you with propaganda that allows you to go to Afghanistan, allows you to go to these foreign countries and have to get killed. We don't want you to get killed. We want you to send bombs. If they have a reason for us to go over there, you don't have to go. Send a bomb. Stop trying to be their buddies and foster and pick and choose who wins and loses. Destroy their munitions, arm each of them equally, and stand back. it will work themselves out. Oh, well, arm them. No, we went over there and did police action to disarm them. Yeah, that's right. You did wrong. The people fleeing from that region, you need to hand them 9mm and tell them to get back in there because we don't have any other place for them. Simple as that. You know, we do everything wrong because the clinical professional bullies and administrators want to delegate so they don't have to do anything. They can just stay inside the box and appropriate their nourishment over your best interest as residents. We got so much stuff we could do that's proactive to this global market that we could stay on top of the pyramid, but the clinical professional representative systems are all stuck on stupid. And I can name some of them that really have let me down. But I'm not going to build them up here. So, clinical professionals, bullies, you're on notice. We've identified you. We're bringing it to the written word as well. And clinical professional bullies are like when you write a letter to your representative or you write on their social media page and they block you, they're violating everything the Constitution stands for. If you have it, I said lesbian, that's not vulgarity. And I said obstructionist, that's not vulgarity. And I said pretending, that's not vulgarity, but it did not align with what the woman wanted to hear because her views are for bulldoze over everybody's house so somebody, an institution down the road can prosper over the people's houses. We knew the internet was coming. We know that damn the public school system with their compulsory attendance laws and stuff are obsolete. Construction of new schools. Why? We have the computer. We can access anything. We don't need obstructionist teachers bullying us anymore. Now, I'm just not in the position to where I can go without the babysitting. And all the neighbors are there. So, I mean, there is a role for what we have established, but it ain't what they're doing now. It is not how they're doing it now. We have to fire them without any kind of anything. I mean, I guess they could have a couple of about a year of severance pay, but we got to stop allowing people to force their indoctrination upon our children, traumatizing children from preschool till they get out with violence, mental health workers questioning and harassing small children, and then cultivating whatever kind of charge they want with the conspiracy of the social services and the school counselor to get grant money for their damn. It's nothing but a caseload. They're nothing but a bunch of shitheads that won't talk to you. They'd rather abduct your child and, if they're successful, pay $3,000 to a foster care situation versus helping two struggling young parents fix up their house. They'd rather give $3,000 to these guys over here to abduct the child and take them away than allow a couple an allowance of $1,500 or something, or any. Just leave them alone. It's the middle of the summer. Give them a little while. I guarantee you by the wintertime they'll have the place winterized and up to what they need. That's how we do it around here. But no, these corrupt clinical professional social workers need their fucking jobs taken and throw the fuck out. We still got the sheriffs. We don't need a bunch of clinical social workers taking us to court without if there had been a crime committed, people would be facing criminal charges. Not a bunch of radical groups of government employees voting themselves authority over independent parents. You motherfuckers make me fucking cuss, and I wish you'd go ahead and save us the trouble and go eat a bullet. Motherfuckers, fuck you. And that's where I'm at with the fucking government employees, and the fucking federal government just neglects to rein in these county, towns, and state fucking they just don't want to do anything that regards sovereign citizenship. We shouldn't have to leave our homes or send our children away from our homes every day to be neglected in a classroom and to be undereducated as a whole so people can have salaries.